Hello and welcome back, everyone. It's Scootsy16 here with another episode of the Chemlock League, and we're in the playoffs for Season 3. The Outlaws made it for the third consecutive year. We have seen quite a lot of success from this team, and I did not expect it when we got started after that initial shuffle draft, but happy to be where we're at. And in a make-or-break year, we're winning. We will continue with the Outlaws. If we lose, we will be changing teams. This is going to be a very, very heavy playoff bracket that we're going to be going through, and it's going to be really interesting. Can't wait to see how it all plays out, but this is going to be game one of the playoffs. We will start things off by hosting the Reapers at Tiger Den, and after that, we will see what ends up happening after this set with the Reapers. If we move on, we either face the Burners, our division rival that we bumped out of the division lead, or the Sewer Sneaks, who trounced us in the first game of the season, and they are the number one seed for the Yen Conference. We'll see what ends up happening. On the other side, Burglars got the number one seed, Scroungers back for more, as they'll get the number 2 seed, Undulates at 3, and Protectors at 4. So we'll see how that all plays out, but time for us to get into our first game of the playoffs. I already set the lineup, and if you take a look, we'll start with Braden Sorelli in right, followed by Dalton Babshishin, Rock Quintana, Tony Centercut. Both of these two made the All-Star game. If you missed it, go back and watch the last episode that was posted, as we did get to see the All-Star game. A lot of fun. The Yang Conference came out on top of that one. Ramon Lee will get the start at short in the 5th spot, followed by Justice Cologne, Elias Hensley, Cannon Avery, and B. Buck will round out the batting order for Madden Zimmerman. The game recommended I started Bitzer Hines, but I trust Madden. He is our ace, so I'm going to let him lead this team into victory and into battle. Let's go ahead and get started in the Tiger Den. We have a 6-inning game upon us. If we can win this one, we could potentially go for the sweep in Red Rock Park, which is the home of the Reapers. And we have had some tough luck there, but we're hoping that we can go in and take care of business. But we got to get through this game first. So the Reapers will get things started with Lionel Ryu, followed by Messiah Marino to get things started. So Lionel, he ended up has tier 2 outside pitch, as well as tier 2 rally starter. He will see if he can get himself on base against Madden Zimmerman, a K collector, and instead a line out to Justice Cologne at first for out number 1. Messiah Marino comes up in the DH role today. Solid contact and power, not much speed. He does have tier 2 easy target, which helps out Madden Zimmerman. Also has tier 2 big hack, so doesn't get it activated there. Instead, he sends it line out to center field for out number 2. Dandelion Burnside comes up, the shortstop for today's game. Has tier 2 Mind Gamer, so that is going to play a big role with Madden Zimmerman already having poor accuracy. We'll see if she's able to take advantage. Instead, she grounds out immediately to Madden at the pitcher's mound, and he's able to get through the inning 1, 2, 3. So we head to the bottom. Be really nice for us to get a cushion right out of the gate. I really don't want a close game here. I don't know how much my heart can handle. We'll be facing off against Matthew Bowen, who is a early release, and Braden Sorelli will get the infield single as it was dribbled between first and the pitcher's mound. Matthew Bowen with a big jump off the mound to try and get to that one. The first baseman had to come all the way off to get to it and couldn't get back to first in time. Matthew Bowen with tier 2 cross up. We're hoping that can activate a few times in today's matchup. Also has tier 2 surrounded. Hit and run activates as Dalton will pull that foul into the stands, so runner will retreat back to first in a 1-2 count. And staying alive on the fastball, Matthew with 2 fastballs, 2 off-speed pitches. That one's high for a ball, 2-2 count, and frozen. Dalton started to check his swing, thought it was going to stay high, but it dropped right into the zone. That was a nasty pitch for Matthew Bowen. Solid pitcher, but those negative traits definitely decrease his effectiveness from time to time. Rock Quintana with his tier 3 off-speed hitter and tier 2 little hack. and he pulls one through the left side and past the diving shortstop. Burnside put good effort into that one, but it ends up getting into left field for a base hit. So runners on first and second with one out, and Tony Centercut comes up. Tony with the number 4 spot in the MVP voting this year. 2-0 count here. We have yet to see cross up activate. Gets the fastball but low, and he pulls it away. 2-1 count, and there's strike 2. Drops into the zone on the slider. And a fastball that just late on the swing, and it goes foul. So we'll do it again, 2-2. And that ball is going to get into right field, into the corner. It's going to go all the way to Lucas Stone there in right field in foul territory. A run scores. Braden Sorelli from second scores easily. And Rock Quintana able to advance from first to third. Big moment there from Tony Centercut as he was able to come up big for his team. And now Ramon Lee trying to do the same with Tier 2 surrounded activate for Bowen. That ball sent into right center field. It's going to carry. I don't know if it's got enough to get out of here. It's bouncing off the wall. Timber Pickles will corral it in, and he's able to get it quickly, but one run scores from third, and that is a stand-up double for Ramon Lee into right center field. Big hit for him, and now we're hoping that Justice Colon, our captain with Ace Exterminator activated, can pull through for her team, as she did come on hot towards the end. She takes 2 pitches in the zone for 2 strikes, and then pulls one. Instead of going straight to first, Tony Centercut will be caught in a rundown between third and home as they threw home immediately, and Tony is tagged out by Casey Willis, the All-Star, and that ground out is a fielder's choice for out number 2. Runners on first and second for Elias Hensley. We brought him in for his big bat as the DH, and he did come up pretty well for the team with 12 RBIs, but not as well as we thought he could. This one sent it to deep right field. This one's got a chance. It's going to get up, and it's going to bounce off the corner of the wall in probably the worst spot it could have hit. But runners were going with that because it was 2 outs, and it ends up being a 2-run double for Elias Hensley. It hit the worst possible spot and doesn't get out as it hits a high wall in right field, an inch to the left, and that ball is out of here. But instead, 2-run double, and Elias Hensley gets the insurance runs here with 2 outs. That grounder goes to short to end the inning, but 4 runs on 5 hits here in the first inning. And Matthew Bowen, who was brought in mid-season by the Reapers as a little bit of fortification for the starting rotation, ends up not getting the success that he was looking for. The Reapers got to feel a little discouraged about this start from Matthew Bowen, and we'll see what that does to the bullpen the rest of the way. He is still in, and there is still a chance he can turn things around, but that bullpen is probably starting to get up and getting loose. And Madden Zimmerman with his K Collector activated against Casey Willis, the All-Star. And Madden gets the strikeout, and he's pumped. That was a big at-bat right there, as Casey Willis was number 9 in the MVP voting and had a really great year. And it was going to be one of the tougher matchups that Madden was going to see today. That grounder to third base by Cannon Avery tosses to first for out number 2. That's going to be a mojo boost for Madden Zimmerman. And now with 2 outs, here comes Timber Pickles swinging way late on that 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Slider does not catch the corner. That ball drips out of the zone, but Cannon Avery is able to get the grounder and toss it to first for out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning for Madden, and the team is looking to try and back him up with a little bit more insurance. 4 runs is nice, but the Reapers have a solid offense, and at any point in time, things can change. So we know that that's kind of the calling card for this game, and so we need to be really, really careful. Matthew Bowen is tense after 1 inning of work, giving up 4 runs on 5 hits. And interesting enough, crossed up, Tier 2 has not activated yet. I don't know what the chances are at Tier 2, but the fact that he has not had that happen is pretty interesting. 3-1 count, and B-Buck swings late on the fastball for strike 2 and then grounds out to short for out number 1. Braden Sorelli managed to get a little dribble single to first base his last time up. Really interesting moment there. to start the game off for the Outlaws offense, and he fouls one off to start this at bat. The strike catches the corner, and now tough out will activate for Braden. And oh, what the hell? That ball looked like it was behind Bowen before he got his glove up, and then he still somehow caught that. That was bullshit. That's going to be out number 2, and that ball from Dalton Babshishin will get through the middle and into center field for a base hit. 2 outs and a rally going again for the Outlaws as Babshishin stands on first with great speed, and Rock Quintana will come up already 1 for 1 with a single. Great arm behind the plate, so Dalton has to be careful if he decides to steal. That's a fastball, and Rock Quintana sends it into deep center field and out of here. Rock Quintana doesn't need an off-speed pitch to get a home run, and it's his first home run of the year with a runner on base. A 2-run shot for Rock Quintana. First home run of the playoffs, and a big moment there as we extend the lead to 6-0. All of this happening with 2 outs, or I guess I should say those 2 runs happening after 2 outs in this inning. Now Tony Centercut, see if he can follow Rock and see what he does here. Matthew Bowen just trying to survive, and that ball sent into deep center field. It looks like it's going straight back, and it's going to get out of here into the shrubbery. Tony Centercut goes back-to-back with Rock Quintana. The 2 former MVPs for the Outlaws are starting to make themselves seen here in this game. His first home run, a mojo boost for him, and it is 7-0 Outlaws over the Reapers. What a great start to the playoffs, and what a great start to this game. 2 innings in already, and the Outlaws are taking a very commanding lead, and Matthew Bowen is rattled as that ball gets sent into right field, but it's going to hang up and caught for out number 3 to Luca Stone and right. And big inning, 3 runs on 2 home runs. A 2-run shot from Rock Quintana, and he follows, Tony Centercut follows that with a solo shot to dead center field. Madden comes back out to the mound. He's already locked in. 2-0 count here to start this at-bat against Liam Shaw. 3-0 now, and gets the get me over strike. Has to be careful here, and that ball sent into deep center field. It's going to... That counts as a home run? That's some bullshit. If this game was closer, I would be livid. And if that ends up playing a factor in this game, I am going to lose my mind. That hit the wall. I know that the yellow line is below that, but how does that count as a home run? I don't know about that. But anyways, that's a solo shot from Liam Shaw. That'll knock Madden out of his locked-in mojo back to neutral. And now he will be facing off here and gets a base hit into the left field corner. Tony Centercut will come up throwing. Base jogger will activate, holding the runner at first base. I didn't see who that hitter was that got the base hit, but now DeAndre Plow, the catcher, will come up in the 9 spot, his first at-bat of the day. And Madden Zimmerman gave up a solo home run, followed by a single into the left field corner. 2 solid hits. And Plow will ground out to second base, Rock to Ramon, and in the dirt. Ramon kind of thought about it a little too long, and he holds the ball, throws it in the dirt, and no pick from Justice Colon. That ends up being an error, I believe, and that is going to be a fielder's choice, allowing the runner to reach where that could have been and should have been a double play. Now, Lionel Ryu comes up. He grounded out his first time up, if I'm not mistaken. And he pulls one foul there, so 0-2 count. Outside pitch is activated, so we have to be careful on anything on that side of the zone. And there's the outside pitch, but he gets well ahead of it and fists it into left field. Tony Centercut will catch that and toss it in for out number 2. That would have ended the inning if the error didn't occur. Instead, runner on first base with 2 outs for Messiah Marino. I think he flew out, but I can't remember. He will take ball 1 high. Easy target will help out Madden here as he approaches the 35 pitch mark with this pitch. That's a dribbler to the right in front of the plate, and nice job from B-Buck getting out of the crouch, getting over to that ball very quickly and composing himself as he tosses to first. They don't call that an error on Ramon Lee, so fortunately that won't show up on his fielding stats, but we all know that that was a big mistake. And D. Ford, the all-star for the Reapers, comes in to replace Matthew Bowen here in the bottom of the third. Justice Cologne with liftoff as she sends that. Is that going to get the... No fucking way. That ball went out of the stadium. Justice Cologne. Oh my God. Justice was served on that one. And D Ford will immediately go to tense. Oh my God. That was the shot of the game. I don't even know how that even freaking happens. And that only went 446. How is that now like 800 feet? Holy moly. I'm going to be talking about this for a long time. Elias will ground out to second base there on a full count, and T. Ford will get his mojo back. But oh my God, I'm still beside myself. It bounced off the top of the building. Cannon swings through the first pitch and fouls one back quickly down 0-2 here against D. Ford. Fighting to stay alive and fouls that one off. And that one will dribble in front of the plate. Plow is able to get to it easily. Toss over the head of Avery and over to first for out number two. Out number 2. Here comes B. Buck. B with a ground out his last time up. See what he can do with 2 outs. That seems to be when the Outlaws are starting to work the best. And D. Ford had a really great year pitching-wise for the Reapers. 5th in ERA with a 1.32 and 3rd in WHIP with a .73. Really impressive stats for him from the bullpen, and B. Buck will fly out to, line out to second base for out number 3. Oh my gosh, the Justice Cologne moonshot for this solo home run to make this an 8-1 ball game. And the home run that was given up in the last inning for Madden Zimmerman, he immediately gets that one back, keeping it at a 7-run lead for the Outlaws. And he gives up a base hit here to Dandelion Burnside. That one into the left field corner, but not a lot of action happening in that corner as the runners have not been able to take advantage of extra bases. Tony Centercut with good speed, not a great arm, but he's able to get to it quickly and toss it in to hold those runners at bay. Casey Willis struck out his last time, maybe has the advantage on Madden Zimmerman in this at-bat after 40 pitches from Madden. Swings way late, so 2-2 count, and K Collector will activate, shatters the bat. Justice Cologne ranges over, gets it to Ramon Lee, and not in time. Rock Quintana, great job covering first base there, but not in time as Ramon Lee was able to toss it over, but eking out the fielder's choice. Casey Willis will be standing on first base, replacing Dandelion Burnside without 1 out. And Aiden Hines comes up 0 for 1. Great contact, but nothing else. K Collector will activate once again. 2-2 count and pulled foul by Hines. It's going to be hard to get the ball past him. Going to pull that one foul as well. It's going to be a full count here. Working the count really well and really, and there it is. Madden Zimmerman loses him as he ends up walking him. So now runners on first and second with 1 out for Timber Pickles, 0 for 1 today. Rally Stopper will activate, but only Tier 1. 50 pitches on the day for Madden Zimmerman. He's going to get a base hit up the middle. Runners will hold. Dalton Babshishin has a phenomenal arm there in center field now that with some development that he's had in the last few, this season specifically. And now Liam Shaw comes up. He already has 1 home run. Bases are loaded with 1 out. And if he can get a hold of one, this Reapers team is not, or could come back from the dead, if you will. 55th pitch. It's going to stay high, so 2-2 count with K Collector activated, Rally Stopper activated, Madden Zimmerman. This is probably his last batter. Oh, he gets a strikeout, and can't believe it. Liam Shaw walks back to the dugout, striking out with 1 out and bases loaded. You cannot do that in these situations. Now, Lucas Stone comes in, and the Madden has been tasked with getting out of this inning. This is his inning to win or lose, and gets a pop foul there, so 1-1 count. Ball hit down the line, but just foul. Oh, man, that was a big moment there. And a 1-2 count, staying alive is Luca. He already had one base hit today. This one dribbles in front of the mound. Madden Zimmerman comes off, gets over there, tosses to first, gets out of the jam. What a rally stopper. Madden Zimmerman with bases loaded and only one out. And manages to get out of it with a strikeout and a ground out. So, 7-run lead is intact as Braden Sorelli will come back up to the plate for his third at-bat of the day. And D. Ford gets the pop-up there, and it's going to stay in play for Plow, catching that for out number 1. That was a bit of a disappointing at-bat for Braden Sorelli, who I think is 0 for... No, he got a base hit in his first at-bat, I believe, right? I think he's 1 for 3. Bab Shishin with a base hit his last time up will fall behind 0-2 before pulling to third, and Casey Willis will toss it over for out number 2. Rock Quintana with a hell of a game to start the playoffs. 2 for 2 with a home run and a single. He got a 2-run homer in his last at-bat. And that's when he shoots a missile right at Dandelion Burnside for out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning for D. Ford. His only mistake so far was that absolute, just bomb from Justice Cologne to start his day. Madden Zimmerman will be pulled for one of the cornerstone pitchers in that bullpen, Dane Rollins. Dane had a really solid year. He did not make the All-Star game as he had a couple of unfortunate outings that kind of skewed his numbers. Gets a grounder there. Ramon Lee will backhand and toss the first for out number 1. We're in the top of the 5th here, so not a lot of time left for the Reapers, but we can't count them out until we get that last out. Lionel Ryu comes up 0 for 2. Rally starter is activated here at Tier 2, along with outside pitch. He gets an inside and low ball for 1. And that ball, whoa, Cannon Avery kind of flopped on it, but it was able to knock it down cleanly, get it over to first base for out number 2. That was a really weird movement there. I don't know if he needed to dive, and so he kind of just dropped on the ground. Now here comes Messiah Marino with his easy target activated, so it's going to help out Dane, although he's already fallen behind 2-0. And Big Hack was active. It's no longer. 2-1 count and pulled foul for out... strike 2, excuse me. And that's going to be grounded to second, Rock Quintana to first, out number 3. Nice pitching from Dane Rollins here in the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning, and it's going to be 4-5-6 for the Outlaws. Tony Centercut with a home run his last time. Very equivalent line to Rock Quintana with a home run, a single, and 2 RBIs. Different way that they got there, but same results here. And D. Ford will try and keep this lead only 7 runs to give his team a chance in the top of the 6th. 2-2 count and gets him chasing for strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. It looked like it was going to stay inside and also high, but couldn't hold back, and he swung at that for strike 3. With 1 out, here comes Ramon Lee. Took a ball at the bottom of the zone, 99 miles an hour, and then pulls back with a changeup at 86. The slider. And that ball is grounded to short, and to his counterpart, Dandelion Burnside will toss it to first for out number 2. Now, Justice Cologne, who, we all know what happened last time. Ace Exterminator activated, will take a changeup for strike 1. And gets another changeup, but pulls it foul, so 0-2 count, and stays out. 1-2. Stays low again. 2-2 now for Justice. And that catches the corner, and the ump calls it strike 3. Justice Cologne can't believe it as she drops the bat, hangs her head, and slowly walks back to the dugout to grab her glove. And it's okay. With a 7-run lead, we can let up on the gas just a little bit, but hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. Dandelion Burnside will come in to the plate with Tier 2 Mind Gamer. So we see a little bit of a decrease in that accuracy for Dane Rollins. This ball hit hard to the left field and right to Tony Centercut, who comes in and catches that on the run for out number 1. Casey Willis, 0 for 2. I think reached on a fielder's choice last time. We'll see what he can do to try and keep his team alive. First pitch swings and pushes that foul for strike one. Pops foul for strike two, falling behind in the count immediately. And that ball just misses the bottom of the zone for a ball. This one goes to, oh, what a little recoil that was. I don't know if that hit off the glove of Ramon Lee or if that bounced off the edge of the grass. Either way, it got down and then got into left field. That was a really bizarre play, and that's a base hit for Casey Willis with one out. Here comes Aiden Hines, 0 for 1 with a walk. And that ball, nice backhand by Justice Colon over to Ramon Lee. Back to Justice for out number 3. The double play ends the game. Nice play from the first baseman to get us out of that jam. And it is going to be an Outlaw victory to start off the playoffs. 8-1. 4 runs in the first, 3 in the second, and 1 in the third. 8 runs on 9 hits for the Outlaws, 1 run on 5 hits for the Reapers. What a performance from the Outlaws on both sides of the diamond. Only run was the Liam Shaw home run. I think that's going to be one that gets looked at for a while to decide if that truly was a home run. Either way, they get on the board. But that's all they could muster. For the Outlaws, big day for a lot of players here. Want to point out Rock Quintana, 2 for 3 with a 2-run homer and 2 runs scored. Tony Centercut with a solo home run, but another RBI single as well. 2 for 3 day for him. Justice Colon. Wow. What a shot she had as she ended up blasting one out of the stadium. I've never seen that before here at Tiger Den, but we got to see some history today. She had a solo home run. And Elias Hensley, a couple of other players here got RBIs. Big day from the offense for the Outlaws. Pitching-wise, Matthew Bowen had a really rough start. 2 innings, 8 hits, 7 earned runs on 2 home runs and only 1 strikeout. D. Ford made 1 mistake to Justice Colon, but settled in afterwards. Only gave up the 1 home run as the only hit in 3 innings and 2 strikeouts. For Madden Zimmerman, great day for him. 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, a solo home run, gave up 1 walk and struck out 2. Dane Rollins came in and cleaned up shop. He went 2 innings, only gave up 1 hit and no runs allowed. So it's going to go Rock Quintana, Tony Centercut, Justice Colon. I like the look of this, and I hope we see a lot more of it as we go. Whew, that was a fun start. All right, so as we head back to the hub, we're going to sim through the rest of these games to see what ends up happening before we get into game 2 of our matchup. Let's go ahead and see what the Sewer Sneaks and the Burners do. It's a 9-inning game for the Sewer Sneaks, finally winning 3-1. The Ungulates beat, I was going to say, I'm not going to tell you what I was going to say. Ungulates end up fighting off the Scroungers, winning 2-0, and then the Burglars with a dominant victory over the Protectors, winning 8-0. So that is going to be the first round of games here in the playoffs here in Season 3. Next time out, we're going to be sending our newly signed number 2 pitcher in the order, which is Bitzer Hines. He will be going up against Narciso Lushley of the Reapers. We will be at Red Rock Park for that game, and so I can't wait to see you all there. I hope this team can carry that momentum into this next matchup and really put the Reapers down for good. We'll see what ends up happening, but hope you tune in for the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great one. We'll talk to you later. Bye, everyone.